Hello to all you miniatures lovers on the interwebs. This is Doc Eon, coming to you on Monday, the 23rd of May 2022, to ramble about my miniatures. And the finished pile this week is a little smaller than last week, I think, in number of minis, but one of them is really big. So here in the front row we have all the Dragonborn, the Dragon Folk, which I painted up in various colors. In the back, we actually have the Fathom Tyrant, the big undersea beholder. And I have completed it, I would like to say. And the paint scheme is slightly inspired by the box art, but I didn't copy it exactly. I went somewhat of a slightly different way with it, but you know, I think it looks dramatic and kind of effective, and it took a lot of work. It's, you know, this one mini is at least as much work as all of these 6 combined, so you could say it's 12 minis. No, but I'll put 7 in the completed column for this week. But the other big miniatures I've been working on have seen a lot of progress, but they're not 100% done. So it's going to be probably the case that next week, next Monday, it will look like I've done an amazing amount of stuff, because I'm going to bring more of those big creatures just over the finish line. But, you know, it's all based on work that has gone on for hours and hours and weeks. Anyway, let's move on to works in progress. Well, these big fishes are not yet complete. As you can see, I've painted a little bit more on the sides, and I've clear coated the bottom half so that I can handle the painted parts without rubbing paint off. And now I just have to paint the top back ridge, the head, the tail fin, this guy, and approximately the same stuff on this one, and they'll be done. Not too bad. They're should be doable by next week, certainly. Yeah, expect to see them finished then. All right, so this is my collection of newly prepped Reaper bones. In the back row, we have the Mer People, 5 mermaids and 3 mermen from the Dark Depths expansion to Bones 5. And in the very front, we have the 2 creatures that were in the same expansion. This is a hippocampus, you know, a seahorse, and this is a giant moray eel. And so these 2 and the 8 Mer People are the last stuff that I have to paint from that expansion. And in the middle we have the Rune Wights, which are some undead. They're not that undead, they're not skeletal, but they look kind of zombie-like. They have some holes in their skin and the like. Their eyes are very sunken. By holes in the skin, I mean, for example, you see the thigh on this guy has some started to rot. And these were an add-on. These were a separate little group of dudes, an option in that Bones 5 campaign. And these 6 Rune Wights are what I'm bringing to the game store tonight for the painting evening. And I'm going to work on those. And the rest I will work on at home. And we shall see how far we get by next week. And surprise! I have some new arrivals to show you for the first time in a long time. After keeping myself from purchases for like 4 months, this month of May I actually ordered some minis from Reaper. Because for various projects I felt I needed some new minis. And so some of these are the ones that I ordered, others are bonus minis. For example, this here is a bonus mini, Jane Porter, the Victorian heroine. It was one of the choices available for an extra bonus mini, and you know, I thought it was kind of useful maybe for a Call of Cthulhu game at some point. Here we have the Black Reef Pirate from the Mercs, who is originally, I think he's described as an orcish or half-orcish pirate, but they changed the names of these things occasionally. So this is the very last pirate mini I wanted to buy from him. He had been out of stock for a while, so I'm going to complete my pirate collection with this guy. Now, what's this? Mange-Belly, the Kobold King, is just a cool kobold. I've got lots of kobolds, but just ordinary grunts, fighters, and a few sorcerers. No real leaders, so I thought I needed a king for the kobolds. Tarek here is a character for actually for my Rise of the Rune Lords project. In that campaign, this guy is supposed to be Baylor Hemlock, the either the sheriff or whatever he's called, of the guard captain of Starting Village. And in fact, most of the rest of these are various NPCs from that village. I don't recall their names in the campaign offhand, but there is a bard, for which I got this Edward Dumond dude. There's a paladin, for whom Ashlyn Fellthrush is standing in for. There's a wizard teacher, for whom I'm using this, Cobart the Male Mage, because he's got a book. And there are a couple of female spellcasters. So I got these. Sorry, I had to suppress a sneeze there. These classic female wizards. And I'm going to put some of paint up some of those. Then there we have this new Bones USA guy, the Ranger, Gabron Farpath. This was the standard bonus mini, the bonus mini everyone got this month. Didn't have no option to choose. And finally, I decided I needed the other werebat. I painted the Bones werebat. This is a metal werebat, a different sculpt. And I just felt it completed my collection. And then, actually, Reaper threw in a couple of extra minis. Now, I think this guy is one of those sort of Arabian Sands figures. I've actually painted a copy of this guy before. I'll have to look at that up. And this wizard, I think I have a copy of him somewhere. Maybe in Bones? Maybe he was a bonus mini at some point that I haven't painted yet. But he's very Gandalf looking. So we'll see what I do with him. And you know what? I think I'm going to start prepping all of these. 14 minis. That should be enough, shouldn't it, for next week? And I don't need to prep any big monsters, I don't think, because I'll probably have some left over from the current batch that you saw recently, a few minutes ago. So, yeah, I will get started on prepping all of these. And I mean, just prep is going to take a while because there's so many different types of minis here that need to be prepped based in different ways. So, that was an episode of Trials and Tribulations, Ups and Downs, Hope and Despair. Please give it a thumbs up. Please share, subscribe, comment. But above all, be back here next week. Same day of the week. Same channel. Same me. Dakian. Hussein.